Good morning, everybody. I am a forensic pathologist, and the question that always gets raised is, wow, is that just like CSI? And the disappointing answer I always give is no, it's not actually like CSI, but there's a catch, it's better. So, long and short of it, I see dead people, and I guess a lot of you probably know where that came from. But what's more is I learn from them, and I understand how it is somebody died. So a person who is dead cannot talk to you or cannot talk to me like I'm sitting here talking and speaking to you guys. They have a very different way of telling me and giving me ideas as to how they died. So a lot of my job is figuring that out and understanding their language. And I went to school for a very long time, so before you guys start going, oh my goodness, I'm never going to do that, yes, you can. When I started out, I had no idea what I wanted to do, and I had never dreamed that I'd be able to be standing here telling you guys, I see dead people. Does this work? No. Oops, back. Okay, I actually am technologically competent, it's just not showing. So what am I? Like, what do I do? So I am all of these things and a whole lot more. And, this is probably the reason why I think that I have the best job on earth, is because if you just look at that really short list on top of all the other really awesome things that I do, you can see I am never bored. I love my job. And as odd as it seems, this is a really fascinating area of science and medicine. So not only am I a forensic pathologist, I'm a medical doctor, I am a scientist, and I've got a whole big splash of Sherlock Holmes thrown in, which just makes life really interesting. I get up every morning and I think, oh my goodness, what am I going to learn today? So if you're one of those people that actually like school, like I was like that when I was a kid. I didn't understand why some people were like, oh, this is too, I don't want to be in school anymore, let's skip. I'm like, no, actually, I've got biology class next. Like, why would you want to skip that? Then maybe something like this is a job for you. This is going to work, right? Okay, come on. Okay. It's not going to work. I've got the coolest things, too, to show you guys. Okay. Oh, there we go. So what I do, I discover manner of death, so accident, suicide, homicide, natural or undetermined, and then I also figure out what the cause of death is. So this is something a little bit more specific, and this is the meat of kind of what I do. Death in this country is actually very mysterious. Like, we don't really see it very often, except maybe on TV, and it's a little bit different in real life than it is, sort of in the movies. But that's what makes it so interesting. It's mysterious, it's kind of done behind closed doors, and what is it about dead people that's actually so interesting? Okay, so this is probably the thing that everybody's really interested in. I think this is what I do all day. It is part of it. So what's an autopsy? So it's not like the alien autopsy thing that you guys get to watch on YouTube. It's actually a lot different. And I get to see the human body in a way that most people never dreamed. And I know it inside out, literally. I get to see what's on the inside. I get to see what's on the outside, not only with my own two eyes, but what is all the way down to looking at cells under the microscope and way down into the DNA level, which is where my specialty is actually going. Oh, come on. Okay. So this is sort of, generally what I do. This is the entire autopsy, and this is why it takes me so long, so many years of school to be able to do this. Okay, this is a scene. This is probably one of the coolest parts of my job, and yes, this is a little bit like CSI, and probably one of the best parts was when I got to go to a mass fatality exercise at Pearson Airport where they simulated a plane crash with lots of fake dead people everywhere. The best part was when I got to be in my car, my brand new fancy car, and drive down the runway screaming at the top of my lungs, thinking, oh my goodness, this is just danger zone. That was awesome. And so that's something I get to do. Right. So I think everybody can kind of know what this is. This is a human skull, and in my job, I have access to a lot of arsenal. I have all these toys and tests. So everybody that comes into my facility gets a full body CT scan. Yes, you actually have to be dead in my facility to get that. I don't get one. But this, you can see obviously there's something seriously wrong with this person. And these are the 3D tools and rendering that we get to use. For any Game of Thrones fans in here, although I don't think my mother would have allowed me to watch Game of Thrones at your age, this person has a crossbow in their chest. So we get to see that on CT scan. No, I'm not going to show you actual photos of dead people, but this is close enough. This is the inside of a human heart, and this is something that not everybody gets to see. And the reason I'm showing you this is that this person died because of an unknown heart condition. So sometimes the only way you can figure it out is by doing what I do. And we're learning about new diseases all the time. This is a very young specialty. It's younger than most of you here. And in 50 years from now, there are going to be so many things that you guys are going to be able to discover about this. So this is why I have the best job in the world.